Adventures in Research.
Hey, fellas, look! Name it and you can have it! Get a horse!
This is Paul Shannon introducing another in the series of programs dealing with the thrilling adventures to be found in the field of scientific research, as told by the men of science themselves. And here with another story to tell is Dr. Phillips Thomas, research engineer of the Westinghouse Research Laboratory.
Thank you, Paul. Hello, everyone. To our youthful listeners, that cry, get a horse, may have little meaning today. The automobile entrenched as a necessity of daily living. But to those who were youngsters 50 years ago, it must bring back many humorous but historic memories. Just a little before midnight on March 6, 1896, in the city of Detroit, a 28-year-old mechanic, Charles Brady King, wheeled a strange-looking contraption, something like a four-wheeled buggy, out of a machine shop, looked up and down the street, set his jaw grimly, cranked a four-cylinder engine into reluctant life, got in, and chugged down the street.
Hey, fellas, look! Name it, you can have it! Get a horse! Get a horse! Get a horse!
They think they can get my goat. They're badly mistaken. The onlookers who saw this strange-looking contraption that night got a big kick out of the situation. But few, if any at all, realized that they were witnessing a moment of historic significance, the birth of an industrial revolution, for Charles Brady King was the first man to build and drive a gasoline automobile in the city that is today the motor capital of the world.
Hello, Charlie.
Oh, hello, Henry. Say, I took a trial run last night, and you know I...
Yes, I do know. I followed you on my bicycle. Performed remarkably well, I thought.
Yes, especially when the engine gave out. Well, all the loafers got a good laugh at my expense anyway.
Don't worry about them. They'll change their tune one of these days. Oh, by the way, that carriage I'm building in the coal shed will be ready pretty soon now. It's working out all right. I'd like you to try it out with me, if you will.
I'll be glad to, Henry. Call on me when you're ready.
There she is, all ready.
Henry, that's a fine job. A fine job. Only one thing's got me puzzled, though.
What's that?
Well, that's a fair-sized carriage you built, and this coal shed has just an ordinary-sized door.
Yes, so?
So how are you going to get the carriage out of the shed?
Huh? Well, a slight error. Well, we've got to knock out a wall.
Well, that little trip goes down in my diary. June 4th, 1896. Henry Ford and I took a trial spin in his horseless carriage, drove 9 miles without a mishap, and nobody once shouted, "Get a horse." Well, where are we headed for now?
How about driving over to my dad's farm? That would be a real test. A distance of 30 miles.
I'm game. I can't wait to see the buttons pop off your dad's coat when he sees what you've accomplished here. And he built the whole thing himself, Mr. Ford. It's quite an achievement, don't you think?
I never thought I'd see the day when a son of mine would waste his time playing with expensive toys, and him a grown man.
Yes.
If I were you, Henry, I'd be ashamed of myself. That's all I've got to say.
Well, you see what Dad thinks about it, Charlie.
Sure. He thinks we're a couple of crackpots. And so do a lot of other folks. You'd be surprised how many.
Well, they'll just have to think it then. I remember how the newspaper quoted you after your trial run. I am convinced they will in time supersede the horse.
Sure, and they will, too.
I'm convinced of that myself. So it looks like we're two crackpots together, Charlie. Okay, so be it, crackpot.
Yes, sir. This is the very latest in horseless carriages. Care to take a ride in it? I've got a duster here for you to wear so you won't get dust on your clothes.
Not me. No, sirree. Won't catch me riding in no such contraption.
Me neither. I expect it isn't safe. And besides, if the good Lord intended folks to travel along the ground at such a rate as I've seen these fool things going, he'd have given us wings.
You're right, Martha. Reckon old Betsy can take us wherever we want to go. She's a whole lot safer, too. Come on, Martha.
Good day to you, young man. Land sakes, he must be hard up to be trying to get people to ride in him.
Well, you know, Martha, some folks will do anything to keep from hard work. Don't know what things are coming to these days. Horseless carriages.
Gentlemen, it looks as though we all face the same problem. We've got to sell the idea of safety to the general public. Don't forget that the automobile is new, and people are suspicious of it.
Yes, but this is 1905, and time we did something drastic about the situation.
I agree with you, but what? We've staged races, hill climbs. What more does the public want to demonstrate that the automobile is practical and safe?
May I say a word here, gentlemen?
Mr. Charles Glidden from Boston has the floor.
Thank you. Gentlemen, I have just returned from a world tour by automobile, a tour covering a distance of over 46,000 miles through 39 countries. I have myself been sold completely on the future of the automobile for many years, since the beginning, in fact. And I should like to sponsor a reliability tour across the nation.
What kind of reliability tour, Mr. Glidden? And when?
My idea is to have cars of many makes make a cross-country tour from one section of the country to another, with a silver trophy I shall provide for the winner. As to when it should be, why not this year, 1905?
Fair enough, I'd say. Well, gentlemen, what is your pleasure? Shall we accept this magnificent offer? Our thanks to you, sir. All right, get your entries in, gentlemen, for the Glidden tour. Suppose we set the date 2 months from today. That would be July 11th.
Sakes, isn't it exciting?
Yeah, 33 of them, boy. It's a right pretty sight, I must say. Even though I still think these fool carriages ain't safe for a body to ride in.
And how far did you say they had to go?
From New York City here to Bretton Woods. That's in New Hampshire. And back, of course. Figures about pretty close to 900 miles, I reckon.
Glory be, that's an awful long way to go from home.
Yeah.
How long will it take them, do you suppose?
Nigh on to 2 weeks, I reckon. Maybe not that long. Maybe. Leastways, that's what one of them told me.
Oh, look, that big fella's getting them all lined up.
Hey, he is.
My, I think they're awful brave, taking their lives in their hands this way.
Brave. Doggone fools, if you ask me. Well, there they go!
My, what a cloud of dust! Oh!
The Glidden tour, designed to demonstrate to the public the reliability of the automobile, proved its point, that cars could travel over long distances, sometimes over dangerously narrow mountain trails where tragedy lurked at every turn. But there were many comedy situations, too.
Here they come, large as life, O'Brien.
Shall we stop them here, do you think, or...
Better let them pass, but keep out of sight so they don't see us. Oh, just look. Look at them scorched there, will you? All right, O'Brien. Now on your bicycle, quick. We'll catch the two of them red-handed.
Right. You take the peerless, and I'll take the packet.
Right, sure.
But, officer, we're part of the Glidden tour.
I don't care what you're a part of. You're both under arrest for exceeding the legal speed limit, and that's 10 miles an hour.
But we couldn't have been. You didn't have any trouble catching up with us. And you two are on bicycles.
That's no excuse. Now just turn those contraptions around and we'll see what the judge has to say. Come on, follow us.
4 exceeding the legal speed limit, you are both fined $15. And don't do it again.
I never thought so many would finish the tour. Did you, Mr. Glidden?
No, I didn't. 23 of them are in so far, and more coming.
Well, suppose we give them till noon to arrive. They should be all in by that time.
All right, that's fair enough.
Now, gentlemen, I'd like to say first that the tour was a magnificent success from all angles. Certainly it has proved that the horseless carriage is no longer a toy or a flash-in-the-pan fad for only the wealthy to enjoy, but a practical means of travel for everyone. The tour took 11 days to complete, and the mileage was 870 grueling miles. And that, gentlemen, is in itself a record to be proud of. And of the 33 starters, 28 finished the tour, and that is, in my opinion, and I'm sure yours, a most gratifying percentage. Now for doing the best tour, according to your votes, this Glidden Trophy goes to the driver of the Pierce Arrow, Percy Pierce. Congratulations.
But although that first tour was officially ended with the presentation of the award, coals of wrath continued to be heaped editorially upon the adventurous tourists.
Is no one safe these days? 18 miles in 40 minutes is much too fast for anyone.
These charging monsters caused a runaway horse to spill a wagon load of milk. Who will pay for that?
The whole thing is an outrage. We hope the law against speeding and scorching will be rigorously enforced.
But it didn't do much good, for the Gliddenites were at it again the following year. Gradually, public enthusiasm reached a high peak of interest, and the automobile came into its own, and the cry,
"Get a horse!"
lost its meaning. Today, as the whole world marvels at the present-day wonders of automotive accomplishment, and as the city of Detroit celebrates its golden jubilee, many a thought will go back to those adventurous pioneer days.
Say, whatever became of Charles Glidden, the man who thought up the Glidden tours and gave the prize?
Oh, didn't you know? He lost his fortune and died almost penniless.
That's too bad.
Yes, he'd sure have enjoyed seeing the results of his work if he were alive today.
And wouldn't he be surprised to see how the automobile has grown up?
Yes, Charles J. Glidden, who did so much to popularize the automobile, would be no doubt amazed at the tremendous progress made in 50 short years of automotive history. True, the Gliddenites will revive the adventurous romance of the Glidden pioneering era during the Golden Jubilee. So the old days will not be lost to history, nor will that venturesome era ever be buried beneath the present-day wonder of automotive accomplishment.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Today's story, The Automobile's Golden Jubilee, was told by Dr. Phillips Thomas, research engineer of the Westinghouse Research Laboratories. Be with us again next week for another interesting story by Dr. Thomas on Adventures in Research.